Hello everyone, this is Chandan Kumar Gupta. In this video, I'm going to tell you about my machine learning project which is credit card fraud detection. So now let us quickly look at some of the libraries. First one is a NumPy. NumPy is a library used to handle multi-dimensional array. It provides an easy way to perform vectorized operation. Next we have Pandas. Pandas provide easy to use data structure for data analysis. We will use Pandas to load data into data frame object. Next we have Seaborn is a data visualization library in Python based on matplotlib. Basically, it is a library for making statistical graphics in Python. Next, we have matplotlib.pyplot. It's a collection of command-style function that makes matplotlib work like MATLAB. Then we have sklearn feature selection. This function used to select the best K features. Then we have sklearn model selection. These cross-validate will be used or helpful in training, and train test split will be used in pre-processing the train data. Then we have sklearn matrix, that is a confusion matrix. With this function will help us in visualizing the data. Next we have sklearn naive Bayes import Gaussian NB. Here we have imported Gaussian naive Bayes algorithm which will be used for training the data. Next we're going to import the data. Here we are going to import the credit card.csv file, and we are going to put in pandas data frame which is named as data, and this credit card.csv file is available at kaggle.com. Next we're going to print the credit card.csv data so we can see all the data values. Next we're going to describe the about data values and round it up to 2 decimal places. So these are the values, and then next we're going to print the column name and the total number of columns. So we can see that the column names are this time, value v1, value 2, and so on, and the total number of columns are 31. Then we're going to count the total number of genuine transactions and the fraud transactions, and we can see that the genuine transactions are this much and the fraud transactions are around 492. Next we're going to plot the genuine and the fraud transaction using the matplot library. Here we see that the number of genuine transaction is more than the fraudulent transaction. Here we select the best features by putting the trained values x variable and the target value in y variable. Similarly, we can print the x head value so we can see all the values, and the last column, that is a class, is removed from this data set. Similarly, we can print the y head values which is a type name is a class, and the type is int of 64-bit. Next, this function is used to select the best feature training our data set. Here k is equal to 10 is used for selecting the 10 best feature using the f class if score function. Next we're gonna discard the bad features. Here we create a mask function using get support which returns a boolean array to select the feature. This function will convert data frame column head to an NP array. Next we print the bad features and the best features. So we can see the best features are this and the bad features are this. And next we're gonna remove all the bad features along the column. Next we're gonna remove all the bad features along the column. Hence axis is equal to 1. We can see that all bad features values are being removed. Next, this function is going to take the feature and data as input. We initialize the pyplot function around in these 3 lines. Next, for each feature we construct a data frame by combining the feature value and the class value, by combining the class value together. Next, we use the Seaborn library to plot the distribution plot for the features. Next, we plot the best features. So we can see that there are less number of overlaps. Then we plot the bad features which has a more number of overlaps. Next we're gonna split the data into trained and testing data set. Your test size is equal to 0.2 indicate that 20% of data is randomly sampled as a training data. Next we are in the training phase. Here we have initialized Gaussian NB model and called cross-validate function to actually train the data. Then we can print the train score for each folder. So we can the train score for each folders are this much. This function is used for plotting the plot confusion matrix. Next, this function is going to display the train result and going to plot the confusion matrix. So we can see that the confusion matrix are these are the genuine number and these are the fraudulent values. So we can see that the precision is around 1.0 for the genuine, and for fraud it's around 0.14. There is a recall value, F1 score value, and support, and this is a confusion matrix. Similarly, we can print the trend values. So we can see that the genuine values and the fraudulent values. In case if you are trying to import the plot confusion matrix and getting some error, then you all can follow this method. First of all, you all have to import these two libraries, that is the scikit plot matrix, that is import plot confusion matrix, or sklearn.matrix import plot confusion matrix, and then you all have to define this plot confusion matrix and change the class name to genuine and the fraud, and then it works. Thank you.